How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Just Nobody's podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
And today we're doing a podcast.
Woo!
If you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. It's the one with the thumbs going up. Hit it. Save the dog that's hidden behind the like button. I don't know what else.
Smash it.
Just hit the like button if you want to. Also, guys, make sure you check out our Patreon where you can join private Discord servers with us, talk to us 24/7, get bonus content, get bonus episodes. Basically, if you want to be on the podcast, you can sign up for a Patreon, and every Patreon member is allowed to come on the podcast and talk about their theories or whatever they want to talk about. So make sure you sign up. It's in the comment section. It's also in the description. So go to Patreon and go sign up.
Go sign up.
Also, comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you can see throughout this video, we took your suggestions from last week, and we're talking about it this week. So let's get into the podcast.
I decided to bring a little friend this week.
I see that.
Little Grogu.
Grogu was expensive. He was an expensive friend. It is from Sideshow, right? That was like the one.
Yeah, Sideshow.
I remember I got that. I tried to, because funny story about the Grogu. Okay, I'll start off with a funny story.
For those who can't see, this is like actually like this is Grogu, like literally.
So apparently, it's from Sideshow Collectibles. They, I'm pretty sure they do the hot toys and stuff too. So basically, what happened was I was doing this video where someone suggested to get Daniel like a real life Grogu.
Yeah.
And the best thing I could find is the Sideshow one, because they literally took the molds
Right.
that they used for the Mandalorian show, and they made a version of Grogu that people can buy. And at the time, it was so hard to find a Grogu. These things were like, everyone wanted one. They were so expensive. And I went on OfferUp, and I messaged this guy, like, hey, like, I'll buy it. And the guy's like, okay, just meet me at this location in 2 hours. And I was like, okay, sure. I live like 30 minutes away. I'll meet you there. As I'm on the way there, he's like, bro, my wife wants to keep him. And then I was like, no, but you like agreed to like do this.
Yeah.
So I'm driving there still, and the guy's like, no, dude, like, sorry, you know how it goes. he used that line where it's like, happy wife, happy life.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, no, but I'll pay you more money. Like, if you let me get him. And then he's like, let me ask my wife. And then she's like, said no. So I just turned around, and I ended up driving like 2 hours somewhere, and they had one.
Oh
and that's the one.
The detail is really crazy on this. I mean, like, the head actually has like little Yoda hairs on it,
and each hair is like perfectly placed in his head.
Yeah. And the eyes, I don't know if you guys can see the eyes, but the eyes are just insane.
I literally felt like the Mandalorian trying to hunt down this Grogu. Like, I felt like I was at the show. It was so hard to get him, and now it's here. So Grogu is he's chilling on the show now.
Grogu is with us.
It's so crazy this week. Indiana Jones, for everyone who doesn't know, the Dial of Destiny was premiered the other day at Cannes Film Festival. And the reviews are not looking good. So the reviews are all over I shouldn't say they're all over the place. They're very leaning towards not very good.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure IGN gave it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
Yeah, and apparently, as we all know, Indiana Jones, this is Harrison Ford's last appearance as Indiana Jones. It is just like his send-off movie.
Wow.
So for the reviews to be so bad, it's not looking very good.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 is not looking hot.
Yeah, I saw him, originally what happened was, this is what, like, the story behind the Dial of Destiny for Indiana Jones. So there was a spoiler that came out, someone claiming that they leaked the whole movie, and basically they're saying, like, Indiana Jones is going to die, this is going to happen, all this, like, little leaks here and there.
Yeah.
And then James Mangold, who's the director of Dial of Destiny, came out and said, all those leaks are fake. People don't know what they're talking about. Like, I know the full story. So then I was like, okay, this is good, because the leaks that came out were really bad. Like, when I say really bad, it's just the story that these leaks were saying that the movie was going to be about was really bad. Like, the movie was going to be really bad. So I was so happy when James Mangold came out and said that, those leaks are not the real movie.
Right.
So don't worry.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, there's hope. Like, this is good. And now to see the same reaction to these, when people saw the leaks, right, everyone was really upset and shocked. And for people to see the actually finished movie and to be kind of upset and disappointed, it's not looking very good.
Yeah. Do you think it might actually be the leaked script?
I don't know, but if this is his last time being in Indiana Jones, usually if it's someone's last time, there's no chance of them coming back. They're probably going to die in the movie.
Oh, that's true.
That
is true.
That's why when I saw the leaks saying that he's going to die, I was like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
But then when James Mangold said, oh, none of those are true, I was like, okay, so maybe they're gonna go in a different direction.
Interesting.
See, what everyone doesn't understand is that the Crystal Skull, which is Indiana Jones 4, actually has a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Oh, okay.
So 77% is not that bad.
It's not, yeah.
So many people did not like that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people did not.
So if people don't like that one, and this is sitting at a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's at 50?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
50% with early screening reviews.
Oh.
It's not looking all that great.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. Because especially if it's IGN 4 out of 10 and now Rotten Tomatoes 50. I mean, yes, Rotten Tomatoes has been inaccurate a lot of the times, right?
Right.
But for it to already be at 50 is...
Yeah, I feel like once the Rotten Tomatoes, once they drop below that 60% range,
yeah,
usually, like, it's not good.
Right.
I mean, even when they did Don't Worry, Darling, right, we thought the movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think the Rotten Tomatoes score wasn't in the 50s. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Wasn't it, like, in the 40s?
Was it?
It might have been in the 40s.
Okay. Well, if it was in the 40s, then that's it. There's a chance that they might have it wrong again.
Yeah.
I just thought that anything below 60, usually it means it's universally pretty bad.
Right, right.
But maybe there's hope, guys. So stay tuned. We all love Harrison Ford. Like, we all love Indiana Jones. So we're hoping for the best because it's such an iconic character.
I know. It would be really sad to see it go out on such, like, a downer.
Yeah, because you got to think, Indiana Jones, the legacy it's built has been such a phenomenal story. And for Harrison Ford now to be like, I want to retire and be done, and for this final film to not be good, it's going to be heartbreaking for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So hopefully, maybe it's just some really harsh critics, and that's just that. And when the movie comes out, we're all going to love it. The audience score is going to be 98%, and the critic score is just going to be 55%. Like, maybe it's going to be one of those.
It could happen.
I mean, look at Super Mario Brothers. Apparently, Super Mario Brothers has, like, I want to say, like, a 70% critic score, but it has a 92% audience score.
Yeah.
So it's very high. So you never know. It could be one of those.
Could be one of those. But let's jump into some verses.
Okay.
So this week, we are going to do Disney Channel original movies.
Oh, interesting. So we're talking about the ones that would, like, premiere on Friday nights.
Yes.
The ones
Those are the ones
that didn't have the best acting in it, but we all loved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one, Lemonade Mouth.
Okay.
Versus Jump In.
Jump In. Okay, so let me just kind of make sure I understand these movies correctly. Yeah. Lemonade Mouth, it was about a band.
Right.
Jump In's about jump rope. Corbin Bleu.
Yeah, Double Dutch.
Double Dutch. Boxing.
And Double Dutch, yeah.
That's right. Not Troy Bolton. Corbin Bleu's character is a boxer, and his dad really wants him to be a boxer.
Right.
But in his heart, he's finding a love of Double Dutch. Which is like jump rope.
Yeah.
So it's basically the plot of High School Musical, just a different sport.
Pretty kind of, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think for me, to be honest with you, Jump In was the movie that really, like, left an impact on me.
Yeah, Jump In was a good movie. I mean, Lemonade Mouth was also a good movie.
I can't even tell you what happened in Lemonade Mouth.
Yeah, I don't really remember the story too much. I just remember the music. The music was good.
I think Lemonade Mouth, since you're 2 years younger than me, you might have, like, been able to watch it. I was kind of already on the way out of Disney Channel, so I probably just missed it.
Yeah, I mean, gosh. I do remember more of Jump In.
Yeah.
So I think I would have to go with Jump In.
Because doesn't he receive a necklace that, like, the Golden Gloves?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I remember Jump In. Jump In was a great movie.
Yeah. Okay, we're going with Jump In on that one. Okay, Camp Rock 1 or High School Musical 1?
High School Musical 1.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people's choice is High School Musical 1 over Camp Rock 1.
Yeah, I just feel like obviously Camp Rock came after High School Musical.
Yeah.
High School Musical is kind of like the OG, like, really big Disney Channel movie that shook the world.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still watch High School Musical today.
Yeah, High School Musical is great. It was the start of something new.
Oh, I like that one.
Would you look at that?
Camp Rock was good, though. It has really good music in it. But story-wise, High School Musical is better.
I don't know. Camp Rock did have a good story.
It has a good story.
But yeah, I think, High School Musical is better story.
Yeah. Because High School Musical is way better. It's more relatable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's more relatable, right? Like, just breaking out the song, everyone singing, everyone dancing.
Everyone dancing in the cafeteria.
Yeah, like, we've all done that, right?
Okay. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, or Cadet Kelly?
Oh man, I do think for me, us being Asian, Asian American, it was a very big deal, right? Like, it's kind of like to see Shang-Chi on screen,
Right.
right? Like, whoa, like an Asian superhero, it means a lot,
Yeah.
because like growing up, when you don't see yourself in movies or shows or cartoons, even at the time, like we didn't watch anime, so
Right.
but it was kind of like, oh, Asians just aren't meant to be on camera.
Yeah.
That's what, like, we grew up
and like the lead role, too,
right. So to see Wendy Wu, the Homecoming Warrior, being Asian, have that representation on screen,
Right.
it was really cool. You know what I mean?
It was.
And they portrayed her in such a positive way, right? She was smart, she's funny,
She can fight.
She can fight. It was like such a well-rounded character where you're like, whoa, like that's cool. It wasn't like, in some of the movies, right? They make the Asian like really geeky or like or like not like a strong person, right? And that's just so unfortunate. But like in Wendy Wu, she was a very well-rounded individual that had a lot of skill, and like I think for us, that really was like, I remember that one, like leading up to it, seeing the commercials, and really like, oh man, that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it was a very good movie too.
It was,
wasn't it? What, like, she's like fighting the
I want to say it was, man, who was it? The Mongolian army or something, or I can't remember, but they were like stone.
Yeah.
And then something happens and they come to life, right? And she has to fight them.
I remember I was kind of scared of those.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
For the Disney Channel movie, Wendy Wu.
Yeah, so we're going with Wendy Wu on that one. I mean, Cadet Kelly, I don't really remember it that much, to be honest.
I remember the movie very well, Cadet Kelly.
Oh, okay.
But I just think Wendy Wu, in terms of like if we're going through like our lives, for me, I think that left more of an impact just because it was like the first time I saw like an Asian character on screen that was like so well rounded, right?
Right. Okay, the next one, High School Musical 2 or Let It Shine.
What is Let It Shine?
Oh, you've never seen Let It Shine?
No. Wait, what is it?
It's like the rap one. The rap, I forgot what's his name that's in it. But it's the kid from Everybody Hates Chris.
Okay.
And he's like a rapper. And he's like a ghost rapper for his friend. And his friend's getting all the credit. And they don't know it's him.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know the movie.
Okay.
But I do know that I'm pretty sure he went on like the Today Show
and
he performed, right? Did he perform one of the songs?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe I'm totally off. But anyways, you said High School Musical 2?
Yeah.
I think High School Musical 2 because that's I haven't seen the other one.
Right. I feel like a lot of people that are younger than us might go Let It Shine over High School Musical 2 just because I feel like some people see High School Musical as like kind of corny.
No, obviously.
Cheesy, but like cringe in a way.
Yeah.
But that's why they might not like it over other movies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why people might go the other way than High School Musical.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that since it was corny and cheesy, people aren't going to like it.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of Disney Channel movies were corny and cheesy.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Some people think High School Musical is so overhyped.
Right. So I'm assuming if you're asking me, between the two, you've seen Let It Shine.
I've seen Let It Shine. Yeah.
So what do you think?
I would go High School Musical too, just because I'm more of a High School Musical fan than I was Let It Shine.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I have to go with High School Musical 2 because I haven't seen the other one.
Okay. Princess Protection Program versus Sky High.
Okay. Hang on. Princess Protection Program. Is that
Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato?
Oh, I remember that movie, but I don't remember the plot.
Yeah. Maybe that's why you should go Sky High.
Sky High, I mean, you really can't compare Sky High to that because Sky High wasn't like a Disney Channel release.
Okay.
It's like that's like a movie, like a full feature film. That's Kurt Russell. It has
that was a good movie though.
No, yeah, I think Sky High beats almost all the Disney movies.
Yeah, Sky High was really good.
Sky High was the first. Now, you know, like how we've seen when No Way Home came out, Spider-Man No Way Home. You know, everyone went to the theaters. Everyone probably saw it at least 3 times in the theater.
Yeah.
Sky High was a movie that you can go see in the theater like multiple times.
Right. I remember when we were younger too, we would watch Sky High in the car like all the time.
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But we saw the movie in theaters like 8 times.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was a really good movie because it was like such a cool superhero movie where it's like kids that all have powers go to the same school and they all have different powers.
Well, see what made it very unique too?
Yeah.
Going off what you're saying is this was pre-Iron Man, pre-Marvel, right? All we had was like Spider-Man 1 and 2, I think, at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to see like a kids movie that encompassed superheroes, right? kind of like what we see nowadays, right? So much superheroes everywhere.
Right.
All superhero movies.
Yeah.
But back then, we didn't have many superhero movies like that.
That is
that
very
we could go
true.
watch. That was like PG. You
Yeah.
know? So it was very ahead of its time, and that's why it was such an impactful movie.
It was ahead of its time. I feel like they should almost remake that movie.
I think so. I think they should. I think
Yeah.
you could almost build out like a whole cinematic universe around Sky High.
Yeah.
Like you can talk about like Kurt Russell's character, like when he was younger, right?
Right.
And like what he does as a hero.
Yeah.
And all the like the past, and you could go to the present and show like where Will Stronghold is now, like
Yeah.
and kind of make up their own
Oh
universe.
yeah. And it's like when Kurt Russell's character was at Sky High. Like go all the way back to then.
Right. I mean,
Oh,
with
yeah.
de-aging technology now, you can do it.
Yes.
Comment if you would like to see a Sky High 2.
Okay, Cheetah Girls
Okay.
versus High School Musical 3. Now the reason I pick High School Musical 3,
Yeah.
okay, even though it was like the last one, like the send off, like a lot of people wouldn't pick that as their favorite. But there are also a lot of Cheetah Girl like fans. Like that Cheetah Girls and High School Musical, I feel like are the two big hitters of Disney Channel originals.
Yeah. I think for me,
Yeah.
Cheetah Girls is better than High School Musical 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheetah Girls was, I have to say, was a really good movie.
It was.
It was very ahead of its time too.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time.
I mean, when you look at it, right, it kind of was, I think it was like inspired by like, you know, like how Backstreet Boys, like all these boy bands were coming about like in the 90s, early 2000s. And to have like what's another one? Like the Spice Girls or whoever.
Right.
Like all these different groups were forming.
Yeah.
And they kind of say like a modern girl group form. It was kind of cool.
That is true. I mean, to be honest, for me, I didn't watch Cheetah Girls like a lot.
You've seen it though, right?
I've seen it. So for me, I would pick High School Musical just because I like a big High School Musical fan.
Uh-huh.
And I just feel like I watched those a lot more than I did Cheetah Girls.
Sure. I think Cheetah Girls though was way more impactful to the entertainment world than High School Musical 3 was.
That is true.
High School Musical 3 was the bomber of the three High School Musicals. Like High School Musical 3 I think was the worst one.
Yeah, I think so. Cuz I think what did it too is it was at the point where people were getting too old for it. Everybody that had 1 and 2, people got too old for 3.
Yeah, maybe. I also think it wasn't that good.
Okay, Wizards of Waverly Place movie versus the Hannah Montana movie.
I mean, I don't know if it's a hot take, but
Yeah.
I think no, it's for sure easy. This is like Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana movie.
All the way. But there we go again, right? This is a debate we have to talk about.
Okay.
Hannah Montana was literally a Disney release. It was not a Disney Channel release. It was in theaters, had a theatrical release.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Waverly Place movie was strictly on Disney Channel, and it premiered on it.
Right.
Which, totally different budget, right? Totally different
Very true.
experience. So you really can't compare them again.
Yeah. I mean, the Hannah Montana movie had Taylor Swift in it singing.
It had Rascal Flatts. It had like all of the characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my gosh, the music in that movie is so good.
yeah, it really was.
I mean, that's where we got The Climb. That's where we got Butterfly Fly Away.
You can always find your way back home.
You can always find your way back home. Dude, they had some bangers in that movie.
Hoedown, Throwdown.
Oh my, yes, the Hoedown Throwdown. That was iconic.
It was. I do feel like 100% Hannah Montana movie is a way better movie than Wizards of Waverly Place movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're not Disney Channel release.
Yeah, that's my bet on that one. But I just thought because Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place were like
Right.
both
I think if you look at it that way,
Yeah.
like both were shows, which movie was better? Hannah Montana is way better.
way better. Comment what you guys think about that one because that Hannah Montana movie was amazing.
It really was. I mean, when she starts playing Butterfly Fly Away, that was so
Oh
sad.
my gosh, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, it was very
They're like in the gazebo. It's like raining. Sings with her dad.
yeah. Because that movie, it has like a wave of different emotions, right?
Oh yeah.
Starts off like really fun, then you have the moments where it's sad, you have moments where she has like heartbreak, has identity crisis, and
Yeah.
like The Climb, then she reveals who she is. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, sorry.
But if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it because it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And we also see like the whole trying to live a double life and the struggles of living a double life. I remember she goes on a date, or I won't spoiler warning. She goes on the date, right?
Yeah.
She's trying to go back and forth between Miley and Hannah.
Right. But that's nothing new to the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, the show is all about her living a double life.
Yeah. And thank you for watching Versus.
I do have another one, I think.
Ooh.
If we're not gonna let's do this.
Okay.
I have to make sure that it's theatrical release then. We'll go Hillary Duff movie The Lizzie McGuire movie.
Lizzie McGuire movie.
And then we'll go against, gosh, I don't know.
Lizzie McGuire movie was a good movie though.
It was.
Sing to me, Paulo. Is it Pablo or Paulo?
It's Paulo. You're
Paulo.
right.
Sing to me, Paulo.
Paulo. Yeah, coward. Yeah, fake.
Gosh, I remember. Okay, I was so young, right, when I saw that movie. I remember seeing, because Hilary Duff plays both characters, right?
Yeah.
I remember going like, "Whoa, does she have like a twin sister?" I was like, so like, "Whoa, there's two of them."
It's so funny. It took place in Rome, right?
Yeah.
I remember really wanting to go to see Agent Cody Banks.
Ooh.
And Agent Cody Banks was released the same time as the Lizzie McGuire movie, but mom and dad didn't want me to see Cody Banks. I think because it might have been like violent, right?
Yeah, it definitely was one of the more violent things when we're.
So I
at that
remember
age.
we go to see the Lizzie McGuire movie, but the Lizzie McGuire movie starts off with like this I can't remember, it's like a contraption, like it's like a robot, like RC car. And I told myself, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks like a spy movie. Maybe the movie theater put us in the wrong theater and we're watching Cody Banks. But really it's just the brother Max like pranking Lizzie in the beginning.
Oh, I remember that. He was like recording her sing.
Yeah.
In her room, yeah. Okay, oh my gosh. I forgot. Who was the friend that really liked the spaghetti?
Oh gosh.
Remember that though? I just always think about that sometimes. Like there was that one character who just loved the spaghetti.
Man, who was that?
It was like the guy with like kind of like the long hair.
Not Gordo, right? Gordo was
No, it wasn't Gordo.
Okay.
He was kind of like a side character, like just like a funny comedic relief character.
Oh, crazy. Okay, since we're talking about Lizzie McGuire.
Okay.
The other day, I was at an event, and we were at this mall, and I was with Soy.
Okay.
Or I might have been with Leia, I can't remember. But I went into like H Mart. And all of a sudden, the brother Max. He's a lot older now. And he was like with me. Like he was like counting his groceries or like going to his bag or something, like right there.
Oh my gosh.
But I just know that I saw him and I was like, dude, what the heck? It's the guy from Lizzie McGuire.
Oh my gosh.
And I could tell that he didn't want to be bothered. I was like, I better not say anything.
He's like, just let me count my groceries.
Yeah.
Let me count my groceries.
Apparently now Max, the character Max, the actor now, is a director. Now he's into like making movies.
Oh, wow.
I think he has a podcast too.
Oh. Well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Max is grown up.
Max. Done putting cameras on RC cars now in the big leagues.
Big cameras now. No, he's always on big cameras. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Oh, some also news that I saw is that Emma Stone was offered the role of Sue Storm.
Interesting.
But I think it didn't work out. Like they said it didn't work out due to pay.
Due to pay?
I think that's what I saw.
Marvel didn't put up a bunch of enough money for Emma Stone?
I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's weird or not that she was Gwen in Andrew Garfield's universe, because Andrew Garfield has now been in the MCU.
It would be a little tough, right?
Yeah.
But you can argue that maybe it works to the advantage of, variants, right?
That is true. Yeah.
I do think, too, I saw this interview. I can't remember who it was, but basically there's an actor who won an Academy Award. And once he won the Academy Award, he got like 0 roles. Because like movies don't want to work with you because they think like the pay is like you're going to cost too much.
Interesting.
So since, Emma Stone does have an Oscar from La La Land, I wonder if it does play a role into like the amount of pay she can get.
Oh,
like,
I never thought of that.
She might expect more, but Marvel's not maybe willing to go more. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I never thought of that. That after they win an Oscar, that's like adding to your resume, right? Adding to your worth.
Well, yeah, not only that, but like on movie sales, right? On posters, they'll say like Emma Stone, Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Right. So they can leverage that and people will be like, oh, Oscar winner. Like, I don't know who she is, but I'm going to go see it because she's an Oscar winner.
Right. Oh,
and just
so
like
true.
when actors are Oscar nominated, they literally will use that on marketing. Like they'll say like, so-and-so Oscar nominated.
That is true. Oh, even in like, the trailers, right? They go Oscar nominated.
Right.
Like,
even though they don't have the win, but they still like try to capitalize on the Oscar nomination.
That is, wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So it does play a factor. And I think right now, as it stands, I'm pretty sure that Margot Robbie, it seems like everyone's saying that she's pretty confident to have the role.
Oh, okay.
But see, there you go again, right? Can you have her be Sue Storm and also Harley Quinn?
Oh yeah, that is
Like,
true.
I wonder if that's ever gonna be an issue. But
well, technically, the Harley Quinn role has been passed on.
but is it?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Is it?
Wait, sorry. Are you referring to like someone else?
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
No, Lady Gaga though is in a different
Right,
universe.
it's a different universe.
Right, just like how Jared Leto is technically the Joker of Margot Robbie's universe. Apparently, James Gunn did say that Matt Reeves' Batman universe is totally separate than what he's making. Matt Reeves' Batman is gonna live on its own thing, and then James Gunn has his universe that he's
okay.
I mean, I think she's a great actress. Like, makes sense. She looks like she could be Sue Storm.
Yeah, I also saw that Mary Mauser from Cobra Kai has reportedly, I don't know if it's true or not, I just saw this on Twitter, she has auditioned for the role of Lois Lane for Superman Legacy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I could kind of see.
Yeah.
She kind of does, could be like that Lois Lane, like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it does make sense. James Gunn did say he's going for like a younger Superman.
Right.
In turn, if you have a younger Superman, then you'd have to have a younger supporting cast.
Yeah.
Because like it'd be weird if you have like a 30-year-old Lois Lane and like a 16-year-old Clark Kent. That doesn't work.
Yeah. That is true.
It does not work. Legally and story. But yeah, I mean, I think it is interesting. There's a lot of young actors that could play the role of Lois Lane and Clark Kent. So
yeah, I am super excited just to see what James Gunn can do with DC.
I know.
I'm like really interested in seeing what he could do.
It's only up. It's only up from here.
Right. It's got to be only up. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, I want to get into some theories. This may be a controversial theory, but I think it's interesting because the facts behind it, like the evidence.
Oh.
Now, we all are fans of Migos, right? Like, the band.
Right.
I guess it's a group.
Yeah.
Amazing music, but, rest in peace to Takeoff and, to all his loved ones.
Yeah.
So there's a theory that Takeoff from Migos actually predicted his own death.
What?
So in the music video for Messy, you see Takeoff watching Quavo rap, but right behind Takeoff, you literally see a picture of the Grim Reaper. And in all forms of media, the Grim Reaper always symbolizes death and foreshadows death.
Didn't he die like right after the music video came out?
Yeah, so sadly he passed away November 1st, and the music video just came out hours before his death. And we know that the month of November is the 11th month of the year, and if you go to the music video at the 1 minute and 11 second mark, you actually see them gambling in the music video. And apparently Takeoff died from an argument caused by gambling because Quavo accused someone of cheating.
Dude, this is weird.
And at the beginning of the music video, we see both of them sleeping in a car, and then all of a sudden Quavo wakes up and says, Takeoff, I just had a crazy dream that was super messy. And some messy stuff ends up actually happening.
Dude, that's actually really scary.
It is, because when you look at the evidence, it just doesn't seem like a coincidence. Why have all these things unfold and like symbolized in the video, and then he dies just like hours after the release?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Especially the Grim Reaper thing.
Yeah.
That's weird. And then the timestamp? That's crazy.
Okay, so moving on, I want to talk about a crazy story. I think I know who this happened to.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You know who this happened to?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you why it's so dangerous for teachers to be close to their students.
What do you mean?
So apparently in South Dakota, there was this kid named Ethan who was obsessed with his teacher named Mrs. Johnson. It started off super innocent, but Ethan slowly became more obsessed with Mrs. Johnson, and this thing took the darkest turn.
What happened?
So after school, Ethan started following Mrs. Johnson home, watching her every move, taking photos of her, and documenting how she lives her life, essentially stalking her.
Dude, this kid is weird.
So every day that would pass, whenever he would see a student or another teacher talking to Miss Johnson, his jealousy grew stronger because he didn't want anyone else to have attention for Mrs. Johnson. It consumed his life. He knew it was wrong, but he was obsessed with Mrs. Johnson. And the reason why this whole thing started was because Mrs. Johnson would always take the time to listen to Ethan, hear about his problems that he's having with other students and other teachers.
Did he ever stop?
No, his obsession even grew even stronger. So like every day he started sending her like anonymous gifts, anonymous notes, and then he would try to set up like these coincidental like encounters with her, like where he would randomly try to run into her at the same time.
Did the teacher ever find out that it's him?
Eventually, yes. Mrs. Johnson realized that Ethan was acting really weird, and she confronted him and said like, what are you doing? Why are you acting this way? And Ethan pleaded with her and confessed his love for her, and he would not stop telling her how much he loved her.
What are you supposed to do when someone's doing that?
Apparently Mrs. Johnson said, I don't have those feelings towards you, but she offered to him like, we'll sit down with the principal, you, me, and the principal, and we'll discuss like how to help you. So Ethan was really upset, and after that day of school, he follows Mrs. Johnson home, and he sneaks in through the back of her house, and he finds her school bag, and he has his black box, and then he goes around her house and puts some things in the box, and then he puts the box in her school bag.
What does he put in the box?
Okay, so the next day, Mrs. Johnson, Ethan, and the principal all sit down and they start talking about how Ethan's behavior has been really inappropriate. But then Ethan tells the principal, like, hey, I felt very uncomfortable because yesterday Mrs. Johnson tried to give me this black box of weird stuff in it. And the principal's like, what? And then Mrs. Johnson's like, yeah, what are you talking about? And Ethan's like, yeah, you gave me a gift yesterday and I refused it and you put it back in your school bag. So Mrs. Johnson reaches in her school bag and pulls out this black box. And when she opens the box, she is shocked. Inside the box, there's these love letters written to Ethan from her. And there's a bunch of inappropriate gifts in there too. Like there was a piece of her underwear in the box. And apparently what Ethan did was he went into her house and stole like her underwear, like different items, and put it in this box to make it look like she's the one giving it to him. So the principal's in shock and tells Ethan, like, hey, Ethan, can you please step outside the office right now? And the principal calls the police because he thinks that Mrs. Johnson is the problem.
Okay, Ethan is psycho.
Yeah, so Mrs. Johnson ends up getting arrested. So she goes to like prison and she's waiting for trial. And while they're on trial, they spend like 30 days, or it was like a ridiculous amount of time. And finally, a forensic officer looked at her signature and realized that the signature was forged. And it wasn't actually Mrs. Johnson sending these letters, but it was actually Ethan this whole time.
Dude, this is like really scary.
Isn't it crazy though? Like, you just don't know what's going on in some kids' heads, man.
What the heck is that? Like serial killer in the making, freaky.
Yeah, let's just stay away from crazy kids.
Okay, so moving on. We all know AI has been taking over the world. Like AI is getting really scary.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every day that passes, there's a new form of ChatGPT. There's a new form of crazy AI stories. I mean, it just seems inevitable for the world to be taken over by AI.
So people are now using AI to cast old TV shows with modern day actors. So someone asked AI to recast Friends as if it was made today.
So they put modern actors in the show today.
Yeah, so first is Monica Geller, who will be played by Emma Stone, and Phoebe will be played by Awkwafina.
I feel like that casting would actually work.
Yeah, and Rachel Green will be played by Zendaya. Joey will be Cole Sprouse. Chandler will be Noah Centineo, and Ross will be played by Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't feel Daniel Radcliffe would make a good Ross.
Yeah, that's the only one I feel like it was kind of off.
But hey, it's amazing what AI could do now. I mean, it's crazy that it could literally put them in the show. You know, with like deep fake technology, with all the different technologies now in AI. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's scary because you could see those characters playing the characters in Friends. I mean, you can see those actors playing those characters in Friends.
Yeah, I mean, look at Zendaya, right? She's literally in Euphoria, which is like the modern day Friends.
Yeah, and there's also something really scary about Wi-Fi.
I know. What's really scary to me is that, like, it's amazing how everything's powered by Wi-Fi. It's invisible. We don't know what's going on, but we know that it powers all our devices to reach each other.
Yeah, so there's this crazy study that a group of students did to prove that being next to Wi-Fi may be really bad for us. So what they did was they made 2 different containers and they put an internet router in both of the containers along with soil and seeds.
Okay.
But in one of the containers, the router was on and it had Wi-Fi signal, while the other container had the router turned off, so there was no Wi-Fi in the second container. And they decided to record a 70-hour time lapse, and you could see in the container with the Wi-Fi off, the plants grew at a super fast rate. But when you look at the container with the Wi-Fi on, after 70 hours, the plants never grew an inch.
That is so scary.
Yeah, and in another study, the Wi-Fi actually killed the plant seeds before they could even start to grow. So who knows what Wi-Fi is doing to us?
I mean, if it's killing plants, it's probably killing people.
Exactly. Isn't that scary? It killed the seeds before it could even try to grow.
Yeah, it's like that whole idea that we don't physically see the Wi-Fi. We don't see it.
Right.
We just know the results, right? The results is Netflix. We get to play video games. We get to search the web, YouTube, right?
Exactly.
But we don't know what's going on between the router and the satellites and our devices.
Right.
All right, guys, if you made it this far in the podcast, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. If this video gets 3,000 likes, I'm going to shave Daniel's hair off.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm joking. I'll pluck one of his nose hairs.
Sure. Okay, I can do that.
Comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you guys saw throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week, and we're talking about it this week. And we talked about it this week. So we'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok. And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Link is in our description. And the top comment will be pinned with a link to our Patreon. Go sign up. Get on the podcast. Do all that stuff. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you guys.
We'll see you on the TikTok. You said it too early.
Bye. God bless you.
Love ya.